Welcome to Creative Brews. I'm Kristen, and this is your weekly dose of creativity, where photography, design, and life come together. So, grab your favorite drink, and let's talk about what's brewing. Hello! Welcome to another episode of Creative Brews, brought to you by the storm that's happening outside. It's getting pretty dark outside, and I don't know that you'll be able to hear any thundering, but you might. And if so, that's what it is. So we're gonna go ahead, hop right on into it. Also, you might hear the washing machine in the background. Yes. Anyways, excuse me. We're, like I said, gonna hop right on into it. I was hosting a little challenge. It was just something fun that I did. I didn't really expect anybody to really, join. But I was like, you know what? Let's just see where it goes, how it goes, if it goes. And honestly, it was just something very fun for me to do, and I had fun doing it. And I think you can tell through I made two little promo videos because I thought, you know what? I'll host this challenge. It'll be fun. I'll do some little promotional videos to kind of get the hashtag out there and kind of explain the challenge and stuff like that. And again, like I said, it didn't really go anywhere. I think somebody just basically, I think a few people used it just to be using it. But anyways, all of that to say this, I am doing another little series. This is more of a series, not a challenge. That was a challenge. And this is a series. So in the series, I've decided that it's not just going to be podcast episodes. But I think what I really want to do is do some podcast episodes. I think I've already done probably 3 now episodes on this. Maybe 4. So I'm calling it Protect Your Energy series, and that is the hashtag that I'm using for this. The reason why I like to use hashtags is because people think, oh, well, if I use 1,000 hashtags, I'm going to go viral or everybody's going to see it. And some people, like you'll see some people use hashtags that don't even make sense on the video that they uploaded or whatever the case is. And honestly, it's not really doing anything for you. You know what I mean? Like, just because you use hashtags does not guarantee that your video is going to get seen. Does that make sense? And I do plan on doing a future podcast episode on that subject. I don't see hashtags as, oh, I'm going to use these hashtags and go viral. First off, going viral, there is no recipe, okay? There is no set way. Because if there was, you would have, everybody would be going viral. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I know we're all trying to comprehend like the digital realm and the digital world, especially now with AI and the new Gen AI that's come out, which is the reason why I wanted to do that AI episode. Anyways, I'm getting off the beaten path here. So yes, I see hashtags as what I'd like to call breadcrumbs. So if you use your niche hashtags for your video and it makes sense to use those few hashtags on that video, what it actually does for you is if someone searches up protect your energy or anything of the sort, your video has a chance of coming up in that search. Okay? It's basically sort of similar to SEO. Okay? So, whether you want to use hashtags or not, that's up to you. Again, it's not going to guarantee that your video is going to go viral. So, just go ahead and get that through your brain. I hate to break it to you. That's the reality, but you know me. I love hard truths and hard realities, and sometimes I need that reality check is what I like to call it. So, yes. So I'm not really going to get too much into this that much. What I am going to do is explain the series a bit better because I don't think I really explained it before in a past episode. I think I just kind of did some subjects on like your energy bank account, and some other subjects, but this time I'm going to kind of go through the series, what to expect, what kind of content, where, and stuff like that. So we all know that I upload a weekly podcast on YouTube. It's a visual weekly podcast. And no, I don't get monies from it. I'm not monetized. I used to be a YouTube partner a long time ago. And then I just went MIA, and, life, right? So, anyways, what you can expect from this series basically is I'm going to sprinkle in some of the podcast episodes. But you can also expect to see reels. So I'll be uploading some reels. Basically anything where I use the hashtag protect your energy is basically will be in that series. So if you're interested, you can just search up that hashtag protect your energy and you can see all the content that I've already done. Based on that, which is pretty cool. And that's another reason why I like to do hashtags that are very niche and that make sense to your video, because again, if someone's like, man, I wish I could see all the videos that were made for Protect Your Energy, instead of going through all the thousands of videos and content that this person's uploading, I'd rather just see that, So that's gonna be an ongoing, basically something that I'm gonna start doing is using hashtags that I either make up, which I've done that for the challenge. It made sense to do, and series and stuff like that. I'm going to do a little bit of an update. I've been updating my website, which is very exciting, just to kind of keep it kind of going and stuff like that. I'll be updating my website weekly as far as the blog goes. So I used to have a blog a long time ago. It was monetized and everything when I had my first couple of websites, when I really didn't know what I was doing. But it was okay. I just wasn't really called to do that. Like, it didn't make sense. I was just forcing it and all this stuff. But now I'm like, well, all this stuff makes sense because I'm already doing the podcast episode. And a lot of times I would kind of wish I could go a little deeper. So something that you might notice in the future is my podcast episodes, I might try to make just a little longer, maybe like an hour, if that. It depends. Maybe 50 minutes. The reason why I don't want to do... I've seen some podcasts be like hour and a half long, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and blab for that long. Plus, I'm a mom, and as you fellow moms and parents out there in the world know, you don't have a lot of time. Seriously, like right now, my little boy is in his little swing, and he's playing with his little toys and stuff like that. I might have like 20 minutes, maybe. But I might also have to cut it and then, go tend to him. Also don't want to really make this that long, but every time I say that, it's always like 40 minutes. So we'll see. But I'm playing around with how long my podcast episodes are just because, sometimes I wish I could go a little deeper, but then I'm like, well, why don't I just do a blog post that associates with the podcast and kind of cross-platform the podcast episodes with my website? So that way, because I want to offer more information and resources to other entrepreneurs, other photographers, well, entrepreneurs, period. Whether you're a photographer, a designer, entrepreneurs, small businesses, stuff like that. Plus, I think it kind of really, to a viewer who doesn't know anything about you, they'll stumble upon your blog and be like, man, this person's very insightful on photography or on design or whatever the case is. They can really get that sense of not only who you are, sort of, and your style, and your tone of voice, but really, sell you on. They are very insightful in what they do, So, yes, that's a little bit about what I want to do and what's upcoming, what's kind of been changing, but I haven't really talked about it and stuff like that. So this Protect Your Energy series, I don't know. I thought it just made sense because I kept talking about, like your energy bank account, energy suckers and stuff like that. And then I know for a few people, I got some insight back or some, not questions, but I guess kind of questions. But, I got some momentum, I guess you could say. And so... yeah, so basically what I plan on doing, of course, you know me, I love good quotes and stuff like that. I'll be posting not only some personal quotes that I came up with myself, but actual published quotes from various different self-help books and stuff like that. So yes, that'll be one thing. So I post on YouTube, Instagram, and sometimes TikTok. And then I run a Facebook page, which you'll notice, because I was kind of using my Facebook page as like a blog post area. So you'll kind of notice some shifts and changes with my Facebook page. I'll probably still post on there, probably not as frequently. But yeah, and I kind of post on, Threads, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about Threads? I don't know that I really like it, if I'm being honest. I kind of just post some quotes that either I came up with or that I think are, cool. If I post about a published quote, I will, mention the name of the person, obviously. So yeah, some things to expect are, I'll read the categories that I plan on kind of covering, but starting your day with intention, declutter your space and your digital space, particularly your digital space. Is what I'm probably going to touch on, because that's one thing I've been doing, is like decluttering not only like my life of the things that I don't really need, especially as a mom and as he's my son, as our son is getting older, there's some things that I need to get rid of, right? So some things I keep, obviously. Saying no without guilt, take solo time seriously, effective. Use protective rituals. I'm trying not to say that much. I'm going to go over energy boundaries, whether it's in the workplace or business. So whether you're your own business owner or whether you go to work. Oops. I'm going to talk about don't overcommit, time blocking for deep work and breaks, and keep energy vampires at a distance. So those energy suckers. So that's basically it. Of course, I have everything planned out, like day 1, day 2, all of that. And also have some quotes that I plan on using and stuff, but I kind of just wanted to go over it as like a bird's eye view, kind of like lay it all out there, what you can expect and stuff like that. So again, if that sounds good to you, I hope you stick around. I'm excited to share my tips and tricks and my little quotes, and hopefully you can gain some information and stuff like that from the series. So, yes, I can't wait to post more about it and stuff like that. Again, it'll be maybe a weekly thing that I do, is what I'm thinking. So, yeah. So you can expect me to post on Instagram as well as my podcast. And I think that's about it. And I'll probably cross post my Instagram to my TikTok and my Facebook page and stuff like that. So, yes, I believe that's everything I wanted to go over. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week wherever you are and whenever you're viewing this or listening to this. And I will see you guys in my next episode. Again, if this resonated with you or if you gained some information from it, please share it. It helps. And I want to say thank you again. I can't stop saying that enough for all the love and support that I keep getting and the feedback. And I don't know, it's just been awesome. But yes, I gotta go because the storm, I'm afraid, I hope the power doesn't go out. But anyways, I will see you guys in my next episode. Y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.